Welcome, everybody, to Milkshake Funeral. We're so happy today. We have an honored guest, a legend amongst the Titans fandom. We have the Titans idiot here to talk a little bit about, wave to the fans. In strict quarantine protocol, I hope that's an H95. Is that right? N95, the mask that'll keep you alive.
I don't know if it's going to keep me alive, but at least it's keep me from getting the corona.
Yeah, it's true. You don't want the corona unless it's with a line. God, I immediately.
That's right. I mean, I guess I should. You probably can't hear me, but I'm just trying to keep myself and my family safe, So
good.
Just kind of do what I got to do,
Yeah, don't touch your face.
I mean, even though I'm isolated in my own house, I mean, I don't think anybody has it. I don't think my kid has it. I don't know. He's been coughing for 3 weeks. He has a fever. I don't know. He probably does have it.
Little kids stay sick.
That's fine. It's not taking out kids, right? It's just taking out old people if you listen to the media, right?
That's true. That's true.
So I'm drinking alcohol. I'm good.
Well, it's 1 o'clock, so 1:30.
That's right. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
That's right. So you're good and protected. I'm here, just kind of moving through it. So we want to talk a little bit Titans 2020 offseason.
Let's do it.
We don't have any basketball to talk about right now.
Unfortunately, I wish we were watching March Madness like everybody else, but
no.
We got a different type of madness this March.
Got the Rona madness.
Corona madness.
I want to just pose some questions to you. And we'll tell people a little bit first about the Titans idiot. Like, tell them what. There's some people here that are gonna be like, what the hell is this? What am I looking at?
So if you're a fan of the Titans and you're a fan of pop culture and just stupidity and just kind of approaching sports from a different perspective, kind of giving even people that even aren't huge sports fans a way to be interested about sports or about the Titans in general. That's what the Titans idiot embodies. Years ago, I was listening to 104.5. It was actually when we lost to the Dolphins in week 1, and you'd think that we had just lost the Super Bowl, the way people were calling in and just – first time caller, and I swear it's like every season it's the same damn thing, and so I kind of just made this video about 4 or 5 different random people calling in and kind of threw it up on the internet, and I came back about 3 hours later and it had been viewed 5,000 times. So I was like, wait a second, maybe I think I got something here. So I started doing these stupid videos, and then just over time it kind of morphed into being it was originally just a fake character, and now it's kind of crossed into a little bit of my own personality mixed with some kind of reserved characteristics of the fake character, and just turned into like a whole just Titans Idiot Nation sports commodity. So I just kind of give people sports from every different angle. I try to include every aspect, try to hit every angle, try to give people something to talk about that's just not the same old stuff that you hear on ESPN or NFL Network or NBC Sports or 104.5 or 102.95, whatever. I don't know. I don't listen to radio anymore. I'm stuck inside, right? We're all isolated. So, so that's about the Titans idiot. But I just kind of started this following online, and people seem to dig it. And last year was a huge bump. Things shot up. I'm up to about 3,000 followers now, which is not a lot at all. But when I started, I thought I wouldn't have more than 13. So it's definitely a lot compared to where I thought this was going. And things are on the up and up, I'd say, for this next season. So,
well, just to double back, if you're not getting radio waves into your house, you may have some other kind of whole other problem going on, and you might want to call the authorities.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
All right. Well,
I just pretty much just listen to my own thoughts,
What's your favorite gas baggery that you hear about the Titans on the radio? And take it first from the caller perspective. And I'm throwing some things at you we didn't discuss, but what's your favorite caller?
My favorite caller is the long-time listener, first-time caller.
Well, I like it when they're just like LTFT. They're
like, hey, this is Roy from Buck Snort. And long-time listener, first-time caller, I appreciate y'all taking my call. I've been online for 45 minutes. And I just want to say y'all do a heck of a job. But I'm just a little disappointed about how they handled the Marcus Mariota thing. I mean, I feel like if they gave him a chance, he might take us to the Super Bowl. But I don't think they gave him enough time. I mean, 4.5 years is not enough time to see what he's really worth. But I'm gonna hang up and listen. Y'all don't disconnect me. I want to hear what y'all say, and I appreciate you taking my call. That's my favorite caller right there.
Yeah. The let's see. First time on. I think I have a tie for the. I love the fan that is militant about their fandom, and any criticism directed toward any player or coach is heresy. And
you ain't a real fan if you think that way.
Support these boys, right? Like, if you're like, man, I think he could have run that route a little better. No, support these boys. Like,
you ain't never played football in your life, so what do you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Those people, I don't see you out there on the field. Well, yeah, I'm also not 6'2" and 300 pounds, so yeah, you don't see me out on the field, So
my response is, well, why don't they let me on the field?
Yeah,
Maybe they're afraid of what I'll do.
I've seen Rudy.
Yeah,
what's that one with Marky Mark where he's scoring touchdowns? I mean, I've seen that movie.
Well, Invincible.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm a big sports person, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest sports movie person. It's called Invincible, but I never saw it.
Major League Basketball, any given Sunday, maybe. I don't know.
Talladega Nights is probably
Talladega Nights is the best. Ricky Bobby's my favorite NASCAR driver ever.
Now, here's my favorite announcer. There's a morning crew in this city, and I'm telling you that there's this one dude, and he insists on talking most, and he doesn't know jack shit. Like, he will just start riffing things. Like, I don't know. I like his body language out there. I think it's like he's got no facts. He does no research. He just shows up.
Don't have to. You got to get that check. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. So I'm going to throw another curveball at you because we're going to start actually with Derrick Henry, if you're good with that.
Yeah, let's go. The king.
So they franchised him, right?
They did.
Yeah, they franchised. So what
which I'm fine with. And I think he is too. I really do. Everybody's acting like, oh, he's going to hold out and this and that. Derrick Henry isn't holding out. He wants to be here. He knows what's coming down the road. I think, I wish a deal could have been done. And I think they probably still have time to work out a deal. But I think it's more so, they can get all the pieces in place. Then next year they're going to have more money to spend. They're going to be able to give him a max contract and give him that top 5 money, which, with him being franchised, he's still making top 5 money. So what's the big deal?
He's 26. Is Todd Gurley, I think he's only 28.
Todd Gurley. Man,
he got cut. So I guess my question is,
Todd Gurley's situation is different, though.
No, Titans idiot. He's 25.
Who?
So
Gurley?
Todd Gurley is 25 and just gets cut. Now, admittedly, they screwed up with that contract. They did not have to give him that huge extension. He could have played it on a cheaper number for at least, I think, 2 more years. I guess what I'm trying to get at is, though, if Todd Gurley's getting cut because they're worried about wear and tear, and admittedly, Henry probably – I don't know. I need to look up the number of carries. But so he'll be 27 after the franchise year is over. Can you really give him – can you give him a contract that sets him into his 30s when you've got a 25-year-old Todd Gurley getting cut? Or I think the situation is different for Gurley because Gurley's knee is about as sturdy as a one-legged chair. So, I think it had a lot to do with that. But Derrick Henry, I think it's going to be more the basis of trying to see if he can repeat last year. It's going to be tough to repeat that, but if he can, he finished out the year before strong. He had all last year strong. Well, that is until they put Tannehill in. Not taking a dig at Marcus, but it's just true. They didn't respect Marcus's arm, so it didn't open up the field for him. But if he can repeat what he did, I think it'll be more of a thank you, and they'll still give him a max contract without the worry of what comes next. But that's the Titan style, we paid Carl Pickens money for 3 years after he retired, so – Titans are good about doing stuff like that, So, anything could happen. Derrick Henry could get hurt this year. I don't think he will. He's a battering ram, He's like a machine. But, he could get hurt. I think that's a situation with Gurley. He's got arthritis. He's had his injuries. And I just think they're looking at it like, they swallowed the money on that. They knew they weren't going to trade him. They basically did what they had to do and said they were prepared to move forward. And
sometimes what you got to do as a franchise, you got to realize you made a mistake and, move on. And I mean, but I'm blindsided not by the release of Gurley. I'm blindsided at what happened to Gurley because, I mean, I looked at Gurley like he was going to be the face of the league for years to come. And, man, all of a sudden he's getting replaced by like third string running backs,
They brought in C.J. Anderson in the Super Bowl run, and he finished really strong when Gurley was hurt. And then they swapped him back out when Gurley was back for the Super Bowl. I just think he wasn't ready.
But they also drafted that kid from Memphis too.
Yeah.
And I think they're looking at him. It's like, hey, we've got something special here.
I don't think Gurley's done, man. I mean, I just think it's he's only 25, and Goff stunk the joint up last year.
Yeah, so last year was rough.
You see him with the Falcons. That's where he just signed with.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and that's typical Falcons fashion. Hey, we'll take a player that is definitely busted up and release him, and then replace him with a player who's busted up.
Their theme song is "Fix You" by Coldplay. Did you know? So I have a question for you. So it was documented that Tom Brady had already bought and launched 3 honky tonks in the Broadway area, and that Giselle was the classroom mom over at Innsworth. So what happened?
First of all, I don't know who Tom Brady is. I know a guy named Tim Brady, but I don't know who Tom Brady is. But if we're talking about Tim Brady, I think he was just trying to drive up his asking price. I think it was all smoke and mirrors. Titans were saying, we're going to let Tannehill test the market. I think a lot of teams were thinking, Titans are going to get Tom Brady, and the whole Jimmy Fallon FaceTime thing. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. I mean, I saw Tim Brady at the Dollar Tree one night buying cat litter. I thought it was a done deal, but apparently we don't have the kind of cat litter he was looking for. Tampa Bay does. So, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I think it was just smoke and mirrors. I think Tom Brady was trying to drive up his asking price. And I think if they had landed Hopkins or Diggs, I think he might would have signed a max contract with New England. But rumor has it that once he saw both those receivers change teams, and especially Diggs going to the Bills, his in-house rival, I think he was just like, peace, I'm out of here.
Yeah. He's 43.
The weapons he has in Tampa Bay is ridiculous. If they could get a 3-down back, that'd be scary.
Yeah. All right, let me jump on to some of the topics we had here. So our first actual question before I thought of those other things, good idea to trade Casey for a 7th-round pick. And just to give everybody a little perspective, hopefully you can see that. So we've got – he was tied for 50th for solo tackles.
Yeah.
And 7th in assists.
That's okay.
For sacks, which for an interior lineman, I mean, it's not bad. He only had 1 forced fumble, and then he graded out at 74.2. Honestly, I need to upgrade on this pro football fantasy because I don't really have any perspective for how great that is. But I don't know. I mean, he is 30 now, I think.
I mean, my thing is with Casey is, don't get me wrong, I love the dude. I think he's great. I mean, but there's still NFL fans that don't even know this man exists.
Yeah.
And I know that has a lot to do with the small market, but I mean, paying him $13.5 million over the next 3 seasons, almost $40 million, I just don't see it. They need to free up money. They're trying to free up money for Henry. I mean, do I agree that they should have got a 7th rounder? No, I thought you could at least get a 4th or a 5th, but I think part of the deal was Denver was like, look, we're taking on this contract. We're not giving up anything more than a 7th.
Yeah.
I think they probably tested the water with other teams, and they were just like, man, we got to do what we got to do in this situation. So, I mean, I think it's a good move. I mean, I think it sucks to lose, a heart and soul of the not the heart and soul, important piece. In my opinion, in the heart and soul right now is Logan Ryan. Hopefully we can work that deal out, but
well, the rumors are that the Texans were going to offer Deshaun Watson for Jarrell Casey straight up, but I guess it just didn't happen.
I haven't heard that at all, and I think that the Titans would have entertained that idea if not. They really wanted to go all in with Tannehill, and I love Tannehill. I mean, I think that's a good move. The minute that he signed, I mean, me and a handful of people were saying, man, he's going to have that job by week 4, week 5. I said I think they give Marcus his day in court for 8 weeks, but I mean, majority of us weren't surprised at what happened there. You know, of course, the Marcus zealots were like, "Oh, I can't believe this is happening." But I mean, Tannehill is just a better QB. I mean, Marcus is a great athlete, but just not a stellar QB. And I just think they would decide to go all in on Tannehill. But I mean, Watson straight up for Casey that's an interesting trade.
Well, apparently they were also willing to offer 3 first-round picks. Did you see the Hopkins trade?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I'm making that up.
Okay. I thought it was a joke, but I didn't want to basically like assume it was a joke since we're live, so I was going to wait for you to.
Of what I say.
But by the way, speaking of, I am very thankful that you put me on a day after hosting Vanessa Hutchins on your show.
Well, that was a big get.
That was a big get for Milkshake Funeral, and I'm excited to follow up.
We have a second interview scheduled.
That's great, man. I mean.
Wants to clear the record. She wants to clear some things up. So, and I don't blame her.
I mean, it was kind of weird that her video feed kept pausing.
Yeah, well, it's weird. She's just really good. She's just a good listener. I don't know.
Yeah, she's not a good talker, but she's a good listener, I guess.
No, she makes effective use of the word "like," so that's pretty awesome.
Well, I I don't know, what I'm saying, like.
It was about 30 of them. All right, next question. Dennis Kelly. Get in my belly versus Jack Conklin.
I like Dennis Kelly. I do. Conklin was hit or miss. I mean, he had his stellar days, and he had his days where I'm like, "Do we draft this dude in the first round?" And
so he only had he had 7 penalties, and if you want some perspective, LEWAN had 10. Conklin had 7. Let's see. Of course, LEWAN played 200 fewer snaps, and so he had.
Well, he was suspended.
He was, yeah. I think there's more suspensions for him coming in the future as well, but we'll see.
He also told me to go, myself, go stick it where the sun don't shine. That's right. So that's all right. I still got love for you, LEWAN.
Yeah, I could give 3 shits to the wind about Taylor. I don't like him. What did he do? What happened with you?
I guess about last offseason, when Sifrin was asking for an astronomical price and he was coming off the injury, basically I kind of made a crack about it on LEWAN's social media, and LEWAN was not too pleased with it, and pretty much told me to go fuck myself. So, but the whole thing was it was designed. I deliberately trolled the post to try to get his attention, and so it's went down Titans idiot history legacy, Got LEWAN to tell me to go fuck myself. So and I did that, and it was fun. We had a good time,
Good for you.
But, all right, it's okay to say that, right? I mean,
I'm just shocked. Oh, it's a free country.
That's what
I'm just shocked because he seems so stable. So. Yeah, Dennis Kelly's numbers, they're not bad. I mean, it's hard. He played a third of the snap, so if you prorate it, they're going to be similar to Conklin. So to your point, they're probably fine. Conklin do we know yet if they're going to play him at tackle in Cleveland? Because he wanted tackle money, and that's why he did not want to be playing guard.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure where he's going to be playing, but all I do know is he's in Cleveland, and that sucks. Not for the Titans, just for him. I mean, Cleveland just sucks in general. But Cleveland, anyway. But I mean, I'm fine with the move because once again, it frees up money. We didn't need to pay him that money. I think Dennis Kelly is fine. I think he's done a good job. I mean, he even scored a touchdown, so I'll take that. I haven't seen Conklin score any touchdowns.
Yeah. I like it.
So I'm fine with that move, and plus he's got good hair. He's got nice hair,
He does. I should double back. I'll give Taylor one that he does have some nice long locks.
I will say though, some of my buddies that have worked at the 12 South Tap Room back when him and Mettenberger used to come in there, they say both Met and him were super nice dudes and always friendly, always asking how they're doing, never causing a ruckus, never expecting shit, always tipping well. So I will say, I hear he's a nice dude.
There you go. Taylor,
you hear that one?
Yeah. So So tell the Titans idiot to undo.
Take it back. Put me on Busting with the Boys.
Yeah. Drafting at 29. So a lot. I've seen this on multiple spots. Y'all may not be able to see this. I'll try and zoom in a smidge. A lot of folks have the Titans taking Austin Jackson, a tackle out of USC.
Yeah,
They
see that. I also think cornerback's a big need.
Well, you're right. Yeah, I thought it was like corner and pass rusher. I mean,
yeah. Well, pass rusher, I think they're still working on a free agency. I hear they've got an offer out for Clowney. I'm not some Clowney zealot. I mean, I think that's a great pickup. I think it's going to cost like $20 million a year if we get him. But I mean, I think Vic Beasley has a chance to kind of redeem himself. I like Honor Landry. Some people call him Harold, but we all know his name is Honor. And so I mean, I'm fine if we land Clowney. So I think they're still working at that, but it's definitely a need. That's one thing that we lack every year is pass rush.
So I have a theory, and I don't know how much it applies in full. I've got a workshop. I'm still workshopping this. It's called the triple team theory. If you are,
I've seen some movies about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should send me the links. If you're supposed to be a superstar, and you're still in your prime, and you find your way to like a third team. Something smells funny about you. Like there must be some reason.
For sure.
If Clowney ends up with the Titans, I'm gonna be like, I don't know what.
Well, everybody, if you remember, he had that injury at South Carolina, sat out.
Yeah.
Senior year. I think the injury was significant. I think.
You think it was worse than what they let on? Because the media.
Yeah, because they were trying to preserve that draft pick for him, trying to preserve that money. I think Spurrier was the coach that time, right? Or was he?
Yeah. Maybe can't get out there.
Steve Spurrier. Between him and Lou Holtz, they've had some characters there. But
watching Foghorn Leghorn.
I tell you. But I think I think he's definitely had some injury history. I mean, we've seen that. He also has this kind of personality where he thinks he's better than he is, I think. I mean, some of his demands that came out about Seattle, and where he wanted to go on the trade from Texans and all that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the thing going for us is that he's familiar with VRABEL, likes VRABEL, played for VRABEL. And also the fact that he would get to go up against his old team twice a year and possibly more in the playoffs. I think that is a big interest to him. And I think it could get him up, to play harder. But I'm with you. There's definitely some issues going on there,
But quick twitch muscle fiber, Titans idiot. Okay, he has so much of it. Quick twitch muscle fiber. He's twitchy. He's sudden. He's so sudden.
But
trying to get ready for the draft.
I like when he gets a sack though, and he's just like, and you look at his numbers, and it's like, dude, you had 1.5 tackles and a sack. I don't know about that, but
yeah. All right. So somehow, let's see. We were talking about their needs. So I don't know, man. I just don't want to.
I mean, I think we also need to get another running back. I do.
Much more closely than I do. Do they need a tackle?
I mean, I think you can always use tackles.
Right. But do they need a first round?
Do they need a first rounder? I think when you draft as late as 29, I think it's best available. I mean, I've seen you've seen players, you've seen quarterbacks, you've seen running backs, you've seen kickers go that late. I mean, it's just like, I think the Raiders drafted Janikowski that year, maybe 28th or something. But so it's just like, I think at that point you take the best on the board unless you have a straight need. And I think if there's a cornerback there that they think they can get in the second or third round, then I think they just take best available.
Well, I want to scroll down here because my hope is that they draft a receiver in the first round every year, preferably from the MAC or some other small conference where they face inferior competition. I think that's the best way to go always, and the Titans usually feel that way too.
Well, but I as a wide receiver, I like that Jefferson kid from LSU, and I think he's still be there.
It's a very deep receiver draft.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do another draft show sometime because I saw this today. Jordan Love potentially to the Patriots. we won't get into that today, but I am very enamored with talking about this. But
Yeah.
anyway,
So you think the possibility of going to QB in first round?
no.
No.
No, I think it's corner, pass rusher, or
Yeah.
hell, I guess maybe tackle. You to your point, you don't ever like shouldn't have drafted a good tackle like late in the first round. Like nobody's gonna like crush him for that. I like sexy stuff like in terms of picks. So it's hard for me to get. I mean, unless it's like Robert Gallery and he's just like he has a mane. But all right, next time for our final question, and then I'm going to hit you with some the rapid fire questions that are on the ticker. Is Marcus Mariota is he a great Titan or is he the greatest Titan?
Well, Stephen Colbert here.
Better know.
I think when it comes down to things, everybody has a definition of great. I think Marcus Mariota is a great person. I do. I think he's fantastic. Great human being. If I had a daughter, kind of guy that I would be very comfortable with my daughter dating, marrying. But when it comes to quarterback, to preface this, I was never a fan of him in college. I thought he was a good quarterback. I thought he was a product of a stat-padded system with an offensive genius behind the helm in a conference where they barely played defense. So I did not want the Titans to draft him. I told anybody that would listen, I said, I'm not saying he's going to be a bust, but he's not a fit for the Titans. And I really wish that they would not draft him. So with that being said, I've never been a huge fan of him. But as far as the Titans go, he had his moments. He did. And I'm not going to deny that. He had some good games. There was a stretch run where he had like 4 games in a row, I think 2 seasons ago, where I was like, hey, man, this guy's really getting it. And then he goes and throws 5 interceptions against the Steelers, and I'm just like, what in the hell? You know? Yeah. So it's like I will say that he did assist in getting us back to a somewhat respectable level, but I'm not saying that there couldn't have been a 6th-round draft pick QB, random no-name, that could have done the same thing. Yeah. And I'm not so sure that if you didn't give Mettenberger a decent line and a little more time, that he could have did the same thing Mariota did.
I'm moving on that one. I actually thought they moved on from him maybe a smidge early, but
I mean, I'm not saying Mettenberger was just going to be the second coming of Joe Montana, but I feel like he had a strong arm. I feel like he didn't get necessarily the chances that Mariota got over and over and over, and the excuses. It was like, he's out of here, and it's like, So, I'm definitely not I don't hate Mariota, but I have not shied away from the fact that I'm not a fan.
No, and his numbers are not spectacular.
They're not. I mean, him and Jameis are both going to go down as, I can't call them bust just yet, but at least with their particular franchises.
Well, we're getting. I'll be a little more Mariota, and it's funny. All of us feel we have to say at first, super nice guy.
Yeah, always. And that's not what wins football games.
Right. That's the tough part, which he is a super nice guy. And I like him, and he's filthy, filthy rich.
Yeah.
And so good for him.
He just signed a good deal with the Raiders. I mean, if he would just focus, he could be the best backup quarterback the NFL's ever seen, He
can't make on – and there's a team in the SEC that has a problem with this right now as well, with a particular quarterback who continually gets trotted out there. He cannot think. He just can't make reads.
No, he can't. He can't. And he stares his receivers down. Stares them down like he's got X-ray vision just right through them. And it's just kind of like, what are you doing? And then he'll just overthrow receivers. I mean, he'll overthrow a receiver 5 yards out. I mean, I remember that Denver game, the game he got benched. First play of the game, Derrick Henry's going out for a screen pass. He threw it 10 feet over his head, and he was 5 yards away from him. Yep. And I'm just like, I have no more. No. I don't know what to say.
There's things going on in there. All right. Rapid fire questions here. Will Pac-Man return in 2020?
Well, if he returns, he better return to Nashville.
All right.
That's all I'm going to say.
Does Corey Davis try not to be good?
I don't think he tries not to be good. I think I think we're going to see more of Corey Davis this year. I mean, if one thing, the man can block. I mean, I've seen him on some of those Henry screens. I mean, he's laying folks out. So I will give him that. Him being drafted, what did we get him? Number 5? I mean, that's a little tough. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what he does this year. I think he has to make major leaps and bounds this year, but I don't think he tries not to be good. I think that he hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities, especially with Tannehill, because Tannehill locked in on A.J. Brown, which is great. But that's a tough one for me to say. I like Corey Brown, I do. But there are some moments when I'm like, man, you should have caught that, you know.
I hope you like Corey Davis.
But yeah, sorry, Corey Davis. I like Corey Davis. I don't know who Corey Brown is. Corey Brown is a player I just made up where I combined A.J. Brown and Corey Davis.
Well, don't do that to A.J. Brown.
No, A.J. Brown's awesome.
That someone hit his hands with hammers before he walks onto the field. I just think it's some. All right.
Crabtree, old cinder block hands.
Next one. Could Mike VRABEL strip for money?
I'd throw some money at him.
He's very popular with certain segments of the population.
And probably popular with other segments as well. Yeah. I mean, he reminds me of kind of like he's got kind of that like Bruce Willis kind of diehard vibe going on, you know, like he can pretty much diffuse a terrorist situation and still be at home Christmas morning, open up presents with his kids, you know.
If Tom Selleck had a baby with Bruce Willis and he hit the weights, you have Mike VRABEL. When he comes on the field, they should play the Magnum PI theme.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. Or the Fall Guy music.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that show. Okay. And then I believe this is second to last one. Over under on Taylor LEWAN angry cries in 2020.
Over.
I guess I should set a line. 3.5.
Over.
Over? Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, just on social media alone.
Yeah. I know. Trust me. I know when I'm screwing up. So that was just a brilliant effort. That was just a brilliant exercise and sort of a passive aggressive. Like if I jump out and scold myself, that will then back you all off. Not only will it back you off, it will then cause you to have sympathy for me. It was brilliant.
Oh,
my man could be a Bond villain with his psychological, mind meld thing he did on folks. All right.
Block, deflect, block.
Oh, you want to criticize me? I criticize myself.
I know I'm sucking it up, all right? Y'all need you to tell me. Now, let's go eat some pizza and shut up.
Yes. All right. And then finally, how far could Derrick Henry drag you if you were holding onto his dreadlocks?
Me personally or any human?
You, a normal-sized male human.
Probably to Orlando at least.
Orlando?
Yeah.
Don't be there right now.
You better take me to Disneyland. Wait, Disneyland's closed right now because of coronavirus, right?
There's some bad stuff coming out of there.
That's all right. There's less lines. Lines are small.
If you can get in. It's like Wally World.
Yeah, it's like National Lampoons. That's right, Just gotta
if Chevy Chase wanted to get back in the public eye, he should shoot a little video and go to Disney World right now and stand out front of there and just go on a diatribe. And it would, as the kids say, it would go viral.
And stop being an asshole. But,
yeah, that's tough.
That might have something to do with it.
Once Community got canceled, he just lost it. It's like he and Deion Glover went in. Donald Glover. Deion Glover is not a human. Wait. Deion Waiters is a basketball player.
Yes.
Deion Lewis is a former Titans running back.
Bye, Deion Lewis.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sad to see you go, buddy.
I liked him because he had loose hips. You got to have loose hips to have to make you miss ability. Trademark. Make you miss ability.
I call it the Shakira effect.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, we're going to use these terms in our draft coverage. All right. Well, as I thought, we'd go 5 minutes, and we went 34. So thank you so much for joining me. And
sure.
Again, and probably I'm thinking some draft stuff. We'll get on that. And, yeah, look for that Vanessa Hudgens interview. It's hard-hitting. This is serious journalism.
Pretty much. 100% super serial.
So I'm so serial. All right, man.
Cool. Well, hey, Milkshake Funeral, thanks for having me on, guys. Make sure you hop on our Facebook. What's that address for Milkshake Funeral?
The website is milkshakefuneral.com, but mostly you should go to our Facebook page and go to the Twitter. Just go to my Twitter. It's Bradmouth. It's just easier for me to put it on there right now.
That's a play on words because his name is Brad. So like, you guys get it?
Smart and witty. All right, perfect.
But yeah, and you guys go find the Titans Idiot on Facebook, Instagram. I don't really do Twitter. I need to do Twitter more. I'm bad at Twitter. Every year, my New Year's resolution is I'm going to be good at Twitter this year. And January 5th rolls around, and I'm like, I suck again. So just find me on Instagram, mainly Facebook, and I'm hoping to get some more shirts printed this year. I got some stickers. I'll be passing them out later on. Just kind of doing some fun stuff, but we just have fun. Don't take myself too seriously, and I got to put this mask back on before I get the coronavirus, y'all. So
great caption contest, everybody. Go participate in his caption contest on Facebook. They're a lot of fun. Stay healthy and stay off Twitter. It's a horrible, horrible place.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to stay healthy, man. Got this Walgreens mask. Although somebody that works in my Walgreens tested positive for COVID, so I'm kind of concerned about that. So. I go over there like 3 times a day. So
why are you going to the pharmacy 3 times a day?
No, not the pharmacy. I just go to Walgreens to buy shit. You know.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. You're making
it's within walking distance to my house, so
okay. It's convenience.
Yeah. I go over there to buy alcohol and buy candy bars and whatever else my eyes spy.
All right. All right, man. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Later.
Peace.